Hi, welcome to Lachlan Likes a Thing, a show where I take a thing and see whether or not I like it. Now the thing we're going to be looking at in this video is the HiFiMan RE-400 inner-ear earphones. Now if you've never heard of HiFiMan, they're a company from China that originally started off by making good quality, good value for money earphones that would outperform brand name competitors that were many times the price. My first pair of good in-ear earphones was the HiFiMan RE-0, and ever since then I've had a bit of a soft spot for the company because I think everything they make is good value and really sensibly designed. Now, since the introduction of the RE-0, they've branched out into making much more expensive high-end earphones and headphones. So it's really interesting to see the RE-400, which is basically HiFiMan attempting to reset their entire lineup of earphones and try to recapture some of the same magic that they got with the RE-0 at the $99 price point. And HiFiMan is so confident in the RE-400 that they've also nicknamed the RE-400 the waterline, which implies that they believe that the RE-400 is the reference point for not only what they can achieve with $99, but what the entire industry should be doing for $99. So that's a pretty big claim, so it's worth taking a closer look. The RE-400 has a simple but really quite sensible design. We have here a really light machined aluminium body and a relatively thin nozzle so that it will fit in most ears quite well. However, I found that the included tip selection didn't quite fit my ears, so I've been using Sony silicon hybrid tips with my RE-400s. We have here a strain relief that's quite nice. We have a cable that's actually rubber all the way up to the strain relief and then fabric wrapped all the way down to the plug. So presumably this is to, improve durability while reducing cable noise. What we have here is a quite substantial plug. So all in all, it's not a fancy design, but it is practical and well thought out. Now I've mentioned the RE-400s in a number of previous videos as a good alternative, but now that it's actually time for me to describe their sound to you, it's actually a little difficult because they're just neutral, understated, good performers. In terms of signature, they're just on the slightly warmer side of neutral with a slight emphasis on the bass, but nothing overblown. And it's actually kind of interesting because most HiFiMan models have been considered underemphasized in terms of bass. In terms of sound staging, they're very clean, precise earphones. You don't get an incredibly spacious sounding soundstage, but you get something that's quite high precision. So overall, they're just really balanced earphones where nothing really jumps out at you, but what you actually hear is really balanced. There are earphones out there that I think have more interesting sounds. So perhaps say the XBA40, which has that crazy holographic soundstage, or maybe the EX1000, which has that kind of smoky, dry, romantic sound. But if you just wanted something that was balanced, it's really hard to go past these, especially for $99. These are really good earphones and I really love them. I think that HiFiMan has absolutely hit the mark in considering these a waterline reference for $99. So I recommend anyone at all who's interested in collecting in-ears go out and buy a pair of these. These are fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who's liked my videos and subscribed to my channel. If you ever want to have a chat with me about gear, hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @LochLikesAThing. And happy listening.